أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين السلام عليكم موكو بالون كو جماعت بيجو كسانكن جات ديكو فنا في تلاتاي فلنغا في ديسمبر كنا كبانان كو غابا جا 22nd of December 2020 جا Tuesday جا mardi le 22 décembre 2020 nje baytula al mahrous a jamaat babil mansi chad ko yo njomani salo fam mani junya be ka sangana memu ko jamaatak di jantino manji di kenum wala def ti kam non ban kuine man konya ku jomoli nire wore baro obe jaw nire gu man setu kone lamin sane gofono nane foyi ku mamma be ka punya na kila bara ngai ba tenye ko parce que ujugo ya annonce no diga na supporter baro ana lepute banko kajen na flem mako manko tilimbale ab kana ni mon suimi manko nidi ali tabyo ko ribena bara ko riben pour nafaye mo fo buktu kan ni gena annonce no diga na riben bugo o korosio background yola ne ana jakke ku lepto kan ka grille ide fa ansu alman pala ko ya pa sanke yam mante e nyama yamba nokke mu koko ngam nyanya lolo so tamdi dal nori annonce no time jaw no kendi me baro aw berelo jijike ko jabron ko kandi wala ni jijike man ko jaw moji ke man de permettre ramene ba a sola après ça mal ko ya wuje di mbeda fam ana teberin to kanyi han ko nyila ko cibiri to man tebeno kanyen so aw kan ya wa kan ja bu yos kan ja wa ana jakude ana sigrede jakude pour riben ba especially ola ko jamata kurma kan ko regum ola di e yene uyu baro le ana jakke jana manju mama press APRC jana manju pa press APR ja usenda bo pa la ko ma press ya jam han tentes programme le utusi baga sen anfano soku jume baraju ya luya ya jeme pamino put baro han ku jata ko la pour oxin ko njarga baytula billahi wala anyo jeribeno manjuk ubati disa ver respect ko la kia pour be setana ana ju marek dunie to man ku jam awanu salib wan wala mu rek emente ko ke aman sa ano bu ano kobem aw no mama ne u jawja mu suro mu juma mu sur ma mu suro mu gor ko ne ala to ngonu jaw social de mu sali mu jaw social de mano ka sali diregom umuna makka ba nana jujo manjo mi senu ka simo manjiran manji kajem belen ka bolo jijika anosan uma senu me gode senu bo gode belen ka be man kure mujo ku cerja di sutra nje bayt la firam ko buku ku makka umuna makka momok baro na makka regu usati ya tu ambaro akajeno baro na dana jakke adum funa pe foni muibe annonce na bokam waye baro punye suke feta ni mene nerfo punye la kin ko jume man ko jale nyamiya ni man ko juku mena tun wala to le tu jar wafu de suke mini gameno baro wana kani funy nana ya me kampa sababa sanor nana marsana jubana marsa kala eroro jat eroro ana mama ni juga asanora na jegor balet kabiri ni imanja ana asanora ni baro i musari juko billahi wala tala wala to no manja ma burgo be kombo jaba ya je ma commencer bo a chame phone so le tout everything man ko commencer ero kelbo pome farfenye ula tulu juka ju bayina ku saynon contrat kala mon commencer mboro ko bori ndele kone a pièce oli a barindi on dudu sengo ngebu ko mba an pare gi ngebu ministre fo an pare gi kando nya dora tu e baba jikata ma jikata na jilli wo ku jamana bodini panju buka ana ma jawdi bu yoso jila ko jin tam man ko jelo ko nameno be ula tu ha kuru jola ko silol fu goto fu jala ko jamal jana manjo be e pressé APRC han pan nen ku jata kola de ko langoro kanale ko musar ko jani baro ya yebe ko kondok election yo suude jaw ala ke no ma sanken baro ma pile double standard lagala faronde abla ko jabi an fana fanya na manje muka nyande amanje me umule ana legen abla ko jabi ana faro no ma fari man na fari emeba ka jomo man ko latub ani fano abla apulo mara me akala man tan fano akala a support baro na support aroko ndi yaje me 10 years yaje ma chango duniya to guju ko o ja pombo jom mama na regoral marja et puis sanket ukana ne puis sanket e tu jarwa ko tuno si wonen kayraya government ken yo bere ketni letu ni witne sina government jawra barala ken nimit ne ma asal jawra kallo bo ko la ko erum punela da nan ne yon fande na pure ma jaw ba sanab sote seyaje ma hane wote la yamani man salatu amusala am anyes e wote mala ko manen to erum punela o ma ngarun duniyela angar annome lakrala ma nokkan jahannam o pa memite e bonkere ja firawna pe bonkere baro attebuntade si baga seyaje me ma ja sen Macky Sall na Alpha Condé mutta après ça ngina ko la wakala support nanom la ngam baga setna muy ka muy te kuyo kam manyola katika yaja po mo jinga waola wanji gajorun duniya yoyriyo nana ka gajor kanjira gunduni nya jabu ko ke nona pa ko nya suuti o amanya yaje me sumoda sola o facture la rokam sumoda sola tu bayi ba difference suuti sola joranga sola rokku ja sinamere di an sola e bayi ba difference o to na toloto nan kurilon state of na kula kuji kan ko ne cha moto e dañ graw ku yabe so fa ku Sénégalais mu gaajo posil ku kanedo mako kanedo mona ka sanoro tekul bano ban Europe yebe kale ano kan ka sanore no mankutebe Europe gumbul Europe bamban o fongawdu ya mo fumi ya jokuti billahi wala taala démocratie ko e buntu bede busuno ni janjam sintet bali poni mboke wa tenda ndi buka nyak babu ka bom ni janjam ande Lamin Badji former prison officer alkala sintet en la to mara en alkaliya jaw senyo anu ngame pangona la ko bo ma mara place de ngono bayndu supu nu gaba Lamin Badji de ngono bayndu supu nu gaba de ngono sofot de ngono cesoro musof mamman alkala ngono la ko sindet oto langana ambon sindet ma yeken alkaliya umanu karfanya alkaliya modu mante modu man bakar ba o ka kurku tebulo be bo ele ke sibe se tebulo be sintet mala ko o man wan ko nem alkaliya fam nyanyam anu tebulo mba mujidumo ele ke sibe sintet kan sintet nakene anu ngamu karfam alkaliya o ammanjir wan ko nem alkaliya kankani fu galon fu bilon femel fu berige femel manu bakkanu fomeno wala fitule manu bakkanu fomeno mo fu jemel mu ti fomeno fu jemeno ana pulomba majo be sintet e le kesibis o pangona ba sense bang onanga marmara da jambu tada ma jawdi tiara si yole besi bano tiara si anosa ni jawdo man daga punya kiya Lamine bulli o buyos ase ani nan mama seka na popo seron punela ma seno mari wa seka la wonare o banno han jige ja ani am bula bu misum akati e jupot mit kay mit yam feno dikara kala jike sidi nyaay ba yona fa kasanor kana jawtu where's the evidence ma abeka tumal anaw muy seno evidence bar ko roku man ko so isabal ko be sofo isabal ko be ke sofo isa aw arinya ma wi mu jabe ay na arinya di tiara sinane yabba gude mu jaw sob alqur'ane mu gacho naji garal nanu ni mama mureg ma biko wana kam chenia ni mama mureg ma uma aloya ngedu mo la ko ja question la du lay fa billahi wala tala ujugere na ma be ka sangana na chesi ma mini dijigere tiara si yola mark ma je meno na kuma be ka experience 30 December attack you amangri mo jaw diple because ko form ko ke UDP du ko mané baro ka ko bujum la min sane ko bujom ne ene yo suma sunne on ka fila ne kontane ko bujom ne ene man ko neno mom erum politique de nga ba ngay ben tengene le bu buba sutra ala akra billahi wala tinjare man ko neno man ko iseno me pamia ba pureru baba amama ba pureru baba ma jobe ci foni ma tay ereti jipele aw nu jo non aw ku jamata no latu ba tebe no banda wala anyi lon ka prot anyi lon ka prot for ne iseno me o e jata kono o ana intelligence nan no kanu ndibu ko jabu ko kuji nyamom jana sol baaji ma jiga kilo ku yemne kacha ma jo ma ku jira ko bujo nen man ko geele ndom erum politique yo suma funa ko ani contane kon ene warantu buñayo yo no bajoro ndi ustasa ken amandi nan ha o sede fure neno ka sano ma cetnya ko fakano ya be jahannam nene muji manjeri wan jone manjene muy londe muy ka karang alquran ba ji manjeri kota alquran wane reko o tabuja jorange be jabe budget ana manku buji le sede fure billah puno kan samnas emite ngania e chamem ana wonu ene wacha ko tabedi ana we chamem wu ene wacha ko tabedi ana we chamem pop lolo de sigre ya eran nenon ka sano o intentional ma table spimira ma jo bun be buje ku sojara ku buju makila kata ci sat ji lewtu ya ji manjitu ya wan ku kawande neno alquran e ngamu baat bara baatu de nay norun tam neno ji kat ka sanora e rege wa bajo taw manji ya kurma kat emite yow tembo kana man ko rege ka sate ka fa ngay sat aw bara muy ka karanji banya ji la ko banda ba manji be furum fe banda ba fofu ngol mujitu mu na melo do kurma ka demite tani gameno fanfan buka ya ku jabron kana ya ko be jabe ka organize ke meeting furum baro dikati man ko organize muju ka tan demba kala banga hey mande emita man sa gaba nan ku tebulo man ku jobe foyi kanja ba ku kila sume su le ku bele man ku jo ku wanno de ku jola kajom ka wala na ke kuredi fo ku cena pan koya de ku jamata o kadem jikon ha jamata ba ju problem aba problem parce que tam manga jutne man ku helono la ko pos ana erum punela ka certificate na ju marage awlewa bayalewa niyo o tom man jikonu ku jamata pa guliso mano man good luck Jonathan wana bilon ko kuma man ma waw ka o lew sankana tu mu rek di audio bara we mitie manju ore panku jabi ko na tusi audio soli forno se baytla le ku jabi ngi ani na kala bala rembor bu so wala government spokesman soli man ku jabi la tu jande etu jande ngogo ma were ganya mo kanya nyere ganya kagajo wakade ku sola be senon sugodi mi tunten wakade be senon ewuti mi tunten wakade nya kanya nje kasano wani reganya nya wakade ku sola nje pour mu rok dinje ice ngoroto kanya nje were ganya kasano wakade ku sola nya aw buma ale mama nga sanora ere kanya regeri malgen wakade ko ku sola nje ha baytla no mamman mutunten hanu jawlo bedi uli bani mama musen adama baro chance yoy simi sibaki nano nje gode e kantom e déplacer tom e prentom postonimbo nje force nan ko mitam with $400,000 with hard pickup wone sabari nano mi sabari si audio so ne ken sondi baba gambi kasangana manane makat ku kuine ko manjidi billahi e kanja do si audio soli yani kando nya yo fure def ya malam fati inna nja sena billahi pa jikambo yari bo pu nage kurpenye abo mba kenom nani fana jaw samedi dimanche nonu jaw e wala jadi moda kol palo make na jiji kunda mi jaw ni record nge limerit o manjidi o mani lule nyamo na soso suman su wala nje boko ni supporté nje no ba commencer ka sankana nen ngaro mi jaw bes la so kuruma kura ya ni record tout ban kam di andal memory card kuruma ka jakuna ku jalaw ni record nge li mérite i tolérit fop bare ni manje furi mo mani je meno ni kanu papa mo nane ana jula ko jamer di bajor jata mo konku gami di ko ne ma he ande o kanti jak nana bu teto afora bu teto fu bay semba nyangu bu konum tambulus fu bay londe nyangu tambulus nana baro ku lusu to nan tambu koli wa fof dune balu ya neni koli neni ngam rekotum musana mole wakati nan kuwon kam konam kuna bibiro kone numo masugo de sosiude semes baki kone koko kurede abesonale pamang usugo de musen so batla pamang ayeken duaf jamiri ko nan som mota ay yun ko ay simona pick up e sera an fana say hard body nene bare nene sugo de sujubo ibo fine ingar ja so pansira meno wajupe bara o kola wawonto neno imam musallin muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ne mite yono suman ja si konka siga watu pi kanso lulu e di sanai diamond di gold nanu muna chengu ajami wo kola wawonto nanu fitne wallahi acibire nafle majid nafle nanu kola wawonto fitna nanu fitni nenu sigore usi yofaje bo fine baranje be chengu inde angole ma chami nyamola de kono hani o bajot nenu rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam baye bata mela fonninke yellake emite wombulo kayre ma felo manta ma baye simit butinke man simit ka banan nangar inyamola bindanaw ma roko pa mola pomo wano sonko solam anakane yoka ja baj 60 ans simit kanku feji 60 years nan kula ko funa fokon kamika de rasulullah ya rasulullah muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam nanum inje ipiun ni baba hakay nambo di bambo nanu kabirinje simit butinge o simit kabana ni kan wana won tukuma ngutu ana kan janjo me simit kanku feji nanon di nano ana bajri bu chama be wala nanon pi chengi wokon aw tanonya mom akamana aw pungonu lembu pa mi yabang nano hani nano pungonu lembu bayo ka Allah asurdi aw bang hani nano pungonu lembu pa mi ka Allah jodi aw bang nano hani nano bongono tappa mi on neno ka banda kiya ma mu yo yango ka mori nano hani nano ana to cham awala sangata ijawlo be ba nyame folo pa mi nano awala wono sonu kano to chamo neno muyu neno wokade inge lati woni joyende muyu parce que mu jona inge waf di sola nje bare bambo di nyaayon ko le waf adun ko ku jamati mu fanji mama ndika sanor jilake ko tambere ko ne ka sanor jilake diga ñu election billahi alquran jibat le jibat dikare ga ka joro wa ba jowtum pampiyo nyongo nyam palleñu bar ku jeng ko jaat o ko nom to no sangana sang nana awf ke fu hon on fon ko bir kula bandu ala nenu wono san malagana mum la bang nanu ngi fo nyanyen bajun kay nena me uyu masa ko ndale le feñaw de jega aw non aw mo fom aw kile koku ci le mo fom koku ci Gambie de kan si parti soni political party soni 8 soni 8 baba jiji keto de anokon muji baraka ba anokon amebi ji kembo jade aw cebidi an pawona taki par di nam po jamu ko gabaru pe wonu samba bar be kono tok duk fiji ne le ma me muji baraka wut neno njelati woni ngar sigode solo leti woni riso fang man jaw ma wuju kumera kumbo i wono jakuri mo kolo de kono jimmo ne leti woni jimde ne leti woni jimde wa mujira ko menene leti jinde o pi yamfu baleti jimde so leti woni ngar yo mi kene o te nyomoni tene o te waaw wiya kuma ne ko senam ka jelu mi nyambum ku jel pamum ku jel siembom kurima ka jakutak de ja ko senenya e ute mi ten ko senenya sigode so mi nom sinanga mi sen dimba mo meri neno e yaw kabo nena moke am nanum hani ngaru banyande no mene mutiabe ulaka kasama nena leti kayo umangtu ya ano tambu ya buola umangtu ya ano tambu ya buola ja buktu ka sangane agents an fana na woni won sigode fuga manku yam le abula ku yabe le la misan ay ma abetum benefit ya jam ay ma jetum godran en foni sinder kurange ay ma abaytu sabu man te baro ajitimi ba jira gora mane ganam neno mangu ya ano tambuya bola kumani toto mone to kam ka kanya koli pan ku kanyo pasu mangu ya ano tambuya bola muri nana seno muri fuponya fikira baji buchama bole buchimbe uchama to ya pacha me jahannam uchama nyongalio wala no salo wakantu ya pacha me jahannam toto kumani kuyakum ko farafoli fofu galen kone ha ko muya babu gure bola muri ya barola mangtalo yo kay e turanken o mangtu ya ano tam ya bola o karenge nenu njelo to woni efsugo se baroy maskonal to woni mokanoro yana muk e mangti be yab sopro wale ti jaw ba pare boko setane barala ka jaja ko nola ajunja ma bule fa jabe ko enda kunyanola mo e face balinke bola nanon jukule tamansere ana jake billahi wallahi nallahi ta'ala le ana jake de korose baro ma jume meno di mana dohem na pa cidim de ko no kona o ko ma jike ma runte na kaporo ano sanu nokem benga han ayega apaje morak fu puño funak baro le ana jebe ka sutura ana janma me ana jebe ka puña ana jebe ka ngaybe bare u emete wunti jale to no man ndeka bidani jukom o kada ni jawon funaka fala ko me be Gambia ba jeli be airport mi la ko premier correction nan kallon kirni jawle ko ko lewlo mi kanon siyare mi jikrom ba jera bola ma ne ma boy non le amansa han ka birin baba ma sofum alqur'ane ba mayam han ana rekti mere mebi abla ko saliri asungeri so o jaare ya o billahi minash shaitanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir fa jakalen nena man yemete o he feel so good pour ma jam ma sale jakalen hey dine kan ngani mbatoro ko be samne uyeto kundubo kabirin dindi a fo daji ka muka na salia ana sale han bula bolan jike ma nora la fu man abla ma no am elu fela baba Dakar ma tetu etase asa bele yaje ya je ma jako baba tambu buntora la mi sano ne man yo ko bukan ke interest ujugu ja jat kuma ne di ku fel America di ku fel ko ko ne interest le ku Senegal di ku fel top Senegal ja bu ko ba ju buña tout le monde de l'Afrique ko ba ju buña problème est Gambia le kurego ya bar ku di sa vous respect kurego ya Sénégalais pan kurego me ena nafi wa sabe bad leadership arunga jakuta diga babe ko safe e wuti yet an kono ko di Gambi ko kunuro e wuti ko ne je tab kunno uyaji de kulomiyo kuban kuja kuremen nya ko kala ka jake ban ka e wuti kila yan kuremen nya wan kuremen yo lebo godi o botja ano wa fola ber ko sembay no bace aw no baba sembay fangene mite ngara ken ko ngara ku Senegal wala ku sen EP municipal yone man ko tabi on baliti yo ko me e ngari yo remen ati yo le ta rokano aw ayabu yo le rokano aw jike ya rukana ya kala ka kula ku jaja ko ba aw gu remen si wuti sinya butum ko de kare men ke si wuti se Gambi sinyani butumbu ko de kare men ke si wuti se Gambi mantu ko man me umutu disa all evidence pour kajon kanu ja kir kaluse MDB kala mera meni bu Allah kore u koliut emite billahi walati nanon lusa Allah kore rek awnu kajon tutore mbondi fiaka fundo mangu e wote kala ku remen fukinu obaji nafa aw be kayobu mu remen yo na fule yo la yana no mon pour ma balu na balu dimbala u boro ma me emite walene ana persanga walent u boro karambag emite walene kunu ko kana kolu kukuno ko pitum man ko sen ko na kanome ngar suute skela remen la akbar la nu sof asofero kul par samba du bay jago de ñu Sierra Leone Liberia me kanyo hakai no mirago bangare ku jabro ku rembem ku nyina ke mo fom man ku kanu osumi pare jago de Sierra Leone simid butumbu simid bu nyandi sibaki ko di war butumbu no man ku kanen bu kana ku jabro ku kasariut hanbe ja ka ku senko pangu kurdi fi ak di limisay kaya horo kanko bujorom non ku jaase bu kana dibu kana do bilombe Senegal e manjo fana ka fude balde bayen mu anno sana mite katun sima pour ko baytla narbi haka katiri an emite kanja boluso bu jakut boluso bu jakut anaken abundi nano jo u far ko fitne da la wore emite ene njida mi karambo ni yanfu bare muyu damba wu to rewto emite ene to njerewto to jikanu de jikanu jike ulaje jike han jaro amani ngama bilum bebo sise ke mo sise majo alako jaro o dimbala jayo de jumme hadani ku jamata baba tenjeni de sumudu de be para aw non aw amori aw ana manje met aw awoli anyele awoli dikarat aw nu jo jaja non be ka tiken islamé parce que baro ba jole pour ka tiken ka islamé ana rego menje bangari anyele mbo sen setanay amman sakila wala majumum ma fum si jumas amman sakila wala majumum ma kul si jumas kana le ko sale de aw non amori aw no mama jemite aw non be ka fasa o pour mu hadani ku jabron ku jati dikata tata pa mo awul ko amani ngan ku bajoro ko kono sise magasin it's a long story. Hey anao ubayi londe nyango nyanta mulus aron banko punyo billahi fuken na bu token de gamwelerin ga yaaje me fasene e manana sene wanosan mankure bare mankure go jarama bare ko ne ko ku docteur anosan jalon pa sonten amoro di politique d'accord kawrana dunia kaja akhir zaman yemitere kum rasul na fonni ke jambe ya rasulullah inde jawt e bajullondo rasul na duo nanu jonem bamuramen la ko barka na tollo mebo na jama to ko sida fe ma singaro walay sinenu ndibu sobole ani assalamu alaikum ku jabi to amma na safe aje ku jabi to na jama cengo rasul nano uyu waw tama sero nano akhir zaman yone jamana e laba nanu pujuk ano pakano mena bajulonde to ka bajulondo kankani anina sori ambe karambak majo 5h du matin 5 o'clock majo wa 40 ba jangata tout expliquer baraka leli ko kala bala fa kala di jagor ku jamata di kat bodi ujala uridi hanu bonkatoro no bonkat ko wala kiya kabiri nyamiya nana kundum farafia kulen fu tok diku baki be kulen nyen omdi awle tawle resum le ta finto sum nala na rongi am alok ngekla na rongi am bo sanab am bo musura am bo kan leto mori pa mola mo ba kalongo to aw buña ja nyamiya ay jebe ka buña emi de fay wona ma njebe to flang bad en pour misalo ko wala kiya ku gabara are ula chat kajala karmi mo di fugajoro be pare ko kanto ben brok ko lan ku jodi ko jobe ko ne mo ku jamare ko no jomo buntora la amma ni ngaw kajalo nanay bodani de londe ku yeke mo fo mo nyaw fug mo di kanum ku jamata di tam di jegoro manji jigeroro manji manjola me moy ku jamat tan nyuma man ku helenu malegana mukon tonya kankani balengana kankani kala kete nyinde fu gajorof kasanorok jakut wota jika hajalo ni regere bara la ka jabileji kato di pour manjaji la ko di dembali baro ni regere kasimo sunke ni gamen nana jawum buya na ko buju manyela gelegele fe juma te ngajorom e minga manyela ka jilla to tep ana rek tu jape jemma jemme umu kasimo kuna balume mananya kasimo na hifu bu kami kenya ko lan jigare ko kan ke supposa so les ten je baro nana jabe e press e PRC aju mena e PRC le yajem bara nala ko ndimitne ma sal jawra nana ceno fiya ka fola fo han ku semende fo jawra wana roke bara han fiye kuma fola fanya di kile e kurfenye kano yamo ku trokis in Germany Stuttgart boko kano yamo kano mana kede pore bara si criminel si gangeno dubu tumo bo suma tumo bo lule akuri ake kunega kanjo e baro manku sano kureg wa bajoto budini rege ka sano rok mo fo mulede jow fuccu mambo ko ne ma jaaji ceri wa baro ana jumu mangar samne ma juven ma souven el poneti nyami ya banjano ne jaw mu jaw bendo ma cali wana jebe e senu ko fam boba fam ku faala to badi bu bana jaw ku faala to nyawla kana jelon ko kana rambem ko faala nyawla kana jelon ni jo mu mburna na mu jaw ribena he sene ne ngolem je ribenoro la créating ni bara funa pam funi ano sampu fujutu kala ka kia Gambia so lamin baji gurpe center kajom panku jam jumbere gile wede reg alkalaya gameno o eleke sibes e ngarlo be babe center sunsu na lako wa manjutu ankone furungof ale kasibe wanu manje pile bamban yidika hajalo otoji kanu hey Lucky Jonathan wana regi ko janjan set waw kanu jabe ka sangere pa kandon do na de akela pa ngu create problem pan ko may ko rege uli enja mi sanke exactly wanku sanke no mbugo panku may ne o areta panku seni problem wa tulew sanke na bare abajum fukif ujikar mana kan sortir nana yaaje mi apolumo nana la ko babe mo fo mu no kortumo so kanya odi buku kanga furum fokol le rek fo ora yika hajalo diga hajalo diga hajalo fam yo njoma be jobe saf kotombo nji pasani anya kombo berending njoma ni safe fam ni saf mbari mbom sunkar baji alkala bala basen ni saf abarende wa sempulon bon musafa baji bala basen njoma ni safe fam li anoson am bait la farm school njoma ni safe tout ni regu po mi law mu ku jamata tuddu ku jamake kangay manju non duwe juna an fana duwe juno umme po duwe umme lamin jason kare so lamin sanyang bare lamin jason yokreko wosedu nakena odi kuko samba sanyang famille ko no de wosedu atumbele agarangole anuma akurori wajime fuken fukaray ya kona be fok ya 5 o'clock time fa ne 5 o'clock 5 merilo bare uju ya kunen binga bola kone baba banala kon ka funtin ku jati o kone be jo lamine foninke anma me ndesan amange bukan di kambore rek ombo muduwom a simple ololi abroda mbom akoto ware nabajambang accident in 1978 78 nabaje accident baloeru di bekale o maje e pit fit ne lowu ko ne bukan ko kano mukana ma lowu kanyana kola ko tuj e tuje kanyana kula kar kola ko kanyana mo yo kanyana ko put manku be ko menu ko de loftane banji o jaat fugam fugara wajime ngala na yeb alino ni mama ula tumu benga manjuna lo fiday mitekan mana garu babe duniye mitekan Allah krabin kano da memte woneno firdausi abroda legen mulum inge fanjanya kore rek bar kanya yombo Gambia alle terudo de busuna ngi fam pirudo de busuna pi walo mi wala no busom parce que ni manjo man anano bu bare mi te lekut bana lekut le ngolen kan ko ni ngolen be baje wona ula tura menala muna lo fiday mu duola metakam babe bana jenya bi koym tingini bugalo bana galum duniya metakam bi kanono enda nema hemuk arge alkiyama so njebere o tare njebatla al mahrus Ajamat Babil Mansachar Group. Assalamu alaikum.
We have the Tuesday papers, and the points front page reads: Court of Appeal acquits soldiers convicted of treason. Government committed to demystifying misconception on returning migrants. Nigeria remains a key destination Gambia market, and Gambia Armed Forces bill validated. Dabo vows to unseat Barrow in 2021, tops the front page of The Voice. The other headlines catching our attention are: Appeals Court frees soldiers allegedly plotting coup against Barrow, FAO holds land summit, and Nigeria a key source for the Gambia's tourism sector. The acquittal of 8 soldiers on treason charges also tops Foroya's front cover. The paper goes on to report that 2,000 vulnerable families are to receive cash support from the Red Cross, that a big farmer in Upper Salem predicts a bumper groundnut harvest, and that a $20 million project has been launched to tackle gender-based violence. And finally, this is what the front page of the Standard reports this morning. Court frees soldiers accused of plotting to overthrow Barrow. NRP deputy leader calls Hamad Ba a cankerworm. Barrow speaks on removal of cabinet detractors. Dialogue on constitution ends in deadlock. Divisive politics has no place in New Gambia. VP calls for attitudinal change towards official properties. And Sidinjai says Barrow's tour not politicized. And that was your first look at Tuesday's newspapers. Very kind thanks to The Voice, Foraya, The Standard, and The Point for letting us use their headlines.
The GCCI is proud to champion the UNDP Gender Equality Seal Certification Program in the Gambia. This program provides a concrete tool for the public and private sectors to come together to help achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by reducing gender gaps and promoting both equality in the workplace and women's economic empowerment. Already, more than half the exhibition stalls at the GCCI Annual Trade Fair Gambia International are women-owned, and the Chamber has also facilitated the participation of Gambian women in exhibitions all over the world. With the African Continental Free Trade Area set to become a reality in 2021, the GCCI stands ever ready to work with Gambian businesswomen to help them gain a competitive advantage in new and developing markets.
8 minutes past 8 o'clock on Tuesday, the 22nd of December 2020. If you missed the opening of the program, I have 2 sets of guests this morning. The 2 Ibrahimas, as always, from 9 a.m. And before that, the interim leader of the former ruling APRC, Honorable Fabakary Tombong Jatta, also known as FTJ. Good morning, Honorable Jatta. Good to have you back on West Coast Radio.
Good morning, Peter. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so very much. And what's the latest from and about your party, APRC?
Currently?
Yeah.
Thank you. As a party, we are still forging ahead. Currently, we are in preparation for our Congress, which will soon be coming up. And at the same time, we are working out and finalizing on our preparations for the 2021 elections. And all these things will come out following the Congress, and we will report back to people.
As a party that has been around since, 1996, you are used to Congresses. These things are routine to you. Any major changes? Is this an elective Congress or just what, others would call AGM, Annual General Meeting?
Yeah, it is more of an AGM. Because people anticipate that probably come these congresses, flag bearers, etc., will be chosen. So, as I said, we have a task force that is working on the Congress programs, and it should be submitted to us probably during the course of this week. And we will finalize on the detailed content of the proposed Congress.
On the issue of flag bearer, officially your designation is still interim leader, meaning that, there's a leader somewhere, and we would assume that that leader somewhere happens to be Yaya Jammeh in Equatorial Guinea. Would this Congress ever confirm him as the flag bearer of the APRC, or are you in line to face Adama Barrow, Ousainou Darboe, Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, and any others that might be confirmed later on at next year's polls?
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, Peter, it will be difficult for any of us to see who comes up as the flag bearer. Congress determines, despite your position, it could be whoever Congress feels should be our flag bearer. And it's only Congress who will determine that. But anybody who may be chosen would definitely be prepared to face any other political leader in the 2021 arena.
Do you reckon that you have more chances against Barrow, Ousainou Darboe, Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, and any other that comes up than any other who might be in line to be chosen at the APRC, given your years of experience in the National Assembly and all that?
Yeah, Peter, myself, it's been a little surprise following the coalition government's treatment of the party in terms of smear campaign, the commissions, the TRRC, seizure of our properties, freezing of our accounts. A lot of things had happened. I mean, of course, arresting and shooting of our members. But from then on, I have observed that month in, month out, year in, year out, number of people who coming back to APRC grows. This must be evidenced by some of our own political activities that you might have heard or seen either on TV or in the social media. Equally, I have personally been contacted by various opinion leaders around the country, especially in the provinces, pledging their allegiance to the APRC. There is a lot of frustration between people, citizens. Expectations are not met. Coalition has disappointed them. And they resorting, some of them who had left, coming back to the party. And we are hopeful that come 2021, yes, I think we, the APRC, will surely be one to be reckoned with.
Okay. The principle of the commissions. I mean, the idea, many would argue, is good. Maybe your issue is the personnel. I mean, the idea of a commission of inquiry to look at the way President Jammeh ran the country for the 22 years he had been in office cannot be wrong. You might have issue perhaps with the personnel and how they've conducted themselves. Is that your problem with the commissions, whether it's the Jammeh Commission, the TRRC, and what have you?
Yeah, thank you, Peter. I think you have summarized it well. Since at the onset in 2017, we've made it very clear that we are not opposed to government setting up a commission of inquiry into the activities of our government, geared towards identifying the problems and then try to reconcile and move the Gambia forward. The problem we had with the commission and the TRRC is that, there are enough decent, competent Gambians who are not politically affiliated or who are not at any moment victims or may harbor grudge against the government, who can participate in these commissions and then bring out the facts that will be credible and reliable. But you look at the Jammeh Commission, tax evaders, people who have been compromised, even during the commission, by the commission's own investigation, we are left there. If you look at the TRRC, it is more or less a witch hunt. Because if you remember Alhaji Barrow and others, who were the people who perpetrated the 30th December attempted coup.
But he has since left.
Yeah, but why in the first place, why was he there for that long? You want to tell me there are not enough Gambians in this country to fill that position? They already knew that Alhaji Barrow would have compromised the integrity of the commission. And of course, we have seen commission members' reactions open reactions. They are there to identify and come out with recommendations to government. But we have seen their reactions, where commission members will go and make statements that are not unifying. Imagine the deputy chairman of the commission making allegations that the problem to our reconciliation are the Foninkas or the Jolas. Can you make those statements? And yet you want us to trust and believe that you will come out unbiasedly with a report that is honest and truthful.
I know to this day you refuse to accept the report of the Jane Commission. Is that how you're going to treat any report that comes out of the TRRC?
No, the TRRC itself is, Malik, to be honest with you, looking at the TRRC, myself, I had looked forward to knowing what exactly happened in this country. Identify the problems.
Have you accepted something as happening in the country based on testimonies at the TRRC?
You see, I do agree that some wrongs have happened. I do agree.
With, for instance, what? The President's HIV/AIDS program?
You see, for the HIV/AIDS program, that in itself informs me that this whole issue is a witch hunt. Malik, as we speak today...
It's Peter, by the way.
Peter, sorry. Sorry,
it's all right.
I apologize. Peter, as we speak today, you will hear over the radio people who advertise themselves as local traditional doctors who go to cure various diseases in this country, and they are paid to do that. Now, if the president comes out to say he treats certain diseases, and then there is no cash payment, he provides everything from the treatment to accommodation to feeding without pay. He doesn't have that right.
He does. But the issue is how he treated, how he handled the patients, particularly the women, rubbing their breasts, parading them on television. I mean, the native doctors who advertise on radio don't do that.
You see, Peter, to be honest with you, those
are fabrications?
Yeah, these are extreme ends to the situation. In a situation where you don't have only the president, you have him with people around. How can one claim that? And that is the new version. But their own was that why should he engage in that practice which he knows is not true or he cannot do it? That was the intent of the whole show. But it is trivial. It is completely trivial in your investigations to go into somebody's claim to be a traditional medicine, to have some traditional medicine means to be able to cure Gambians at no cost to them. And so many have said they've
absolutely. I was going to say that I have met people, away from the TRRC who have said that they have been cured by the president. Maybe these people have not got to the TRRC to, at least vouch for him. But let's come to the present. In the last few days, we had Goodluck Jonathan, Nigeria's former president, in the country. You are one of those people who met him over this deadlock on the draft constitution. What did you personally discuss with him?
Yeah, thank you, Peter. We were informed that the Gambia government, as cabinet, has approved the representation of the draft budget, draft constitution. If it's looked into with probable amendments, then the Aegis chambers who were assigned contacted IDEA,
yes,
to carry out this event. And those people also requested that an eminent person within the sub-region be brought in so that he could mediate and give it that color. So that's why Jonathan came in. With Jonathan, we discussed a lot of issues. If I would summarize it, is we had our own observations individually about the draft constitution, why we think it's not good enough.
Give me APRC's observations.
Let me give you those observations.
Yes.
I will give you some examples. First of all, in the draft constitution, we have the section 97, which talks about a second round.
Yes.
You know, that's no more first to the post. Before you become president of this country, you must have 50 plus 1. At least half of the population must vote for you, which we accept wholeheartedly, and we are in for it.
Yes.
But we wrote to the Constitutional Review Commission our opinions along these things. And some of them were the fact that it is vague in this one. If it is not properly worded, it could create some constitutional crisis. It says the first two, after the first round,
yes,
the two with the highest will go for the second round, and then the winner in the second round becomes president. Now,
sounds normal to me.
Yeah. There are some. Look at it. It only assumed that only two people could go for a second round. That's the assumption.
Is that not the norm? Because neither has 50.
Yeah, I mean the second round.
Yes.
The first two.
Yes.
Are going for the second round.
Okay.
It assumes that if it is two,
yes,
one of them must have 50% of the votes.
Yes.
But you forget to realize that it could be 3.
How could it be 3?
Because if you have 5 people, 5 presidential candidates, yes, for instance, yes, A, B, C, D, and E.
Yes.
A has, for instance, Peter, 36 votes out of 100. And B, let's say, B has, let's say, 30. C has 30. D has 3. And E has 1. That makes it 100. Now, out of this scenario, who are those going for the second round? 36, 30, 34, and 1. Okay,
I get your point, but maybe, I mean, when they count the individual votes.
This I'm talking about individual. It may be a real, in yes, constitutional drafting.
Yes.
You preempt any foreseen these things.
Okay.
So just to put this
yes,
clear,
okay,
it's very easy.
Okay.
So in a circumstance like this, 3 people are going.
Okay.
And if those 3 people go for the third poll, 2 things happen. The one with 36 who was denied could now drop to 33. The one with the second B with 30 could now move to 35. And the other one 32. That is second round. Then it means 35 is going to be president. 1. He has not got the 50% that the spirit of the constitution intends. 3. You have denied somebody with 36. You are giving presidency to somebody with 35. So what we are saying is, in the event that this happens, let them just add that the two who lead in the second round will go for a third round. That is all it needed. That's all.
Although we've never had a third round in the
you see, Peter, you see, constitutional drafting.
I agree.
You don't allow those things.
I agree.
You don't allow ambiguities.
In the very rare event that it occurs, then
yes,
that would take care of that.
And in fact, if it never occurs, it has no problems with the draft.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So apart from that, what were the other issues the APRC had?
The other issues we had. Key ones I will want to name is we are opposed to the issue of appointing a speaker from outside. To be a parliamentarian, to be a speaker, you must be a parliamentarian. Fundamental. I have said this, power resides in the people. And if you want to enjoy that power, you either have to present yourself to the people, and the people will delegate those powers to you. So if you think you are very good, or you know, or you can perform, present yourself to the people, let them determine that. So, but we cannot have a parliament that you are asking people to bring in non-parliamentarians to head that parliament.
So did Jonathan come only to listen to Gambian politicians like yourself, or did he both listen and offer ideas?
Yeah, he did offer some ideas, because what he did was political party leaders who have members in parliament had a tete-a-tete with him, bilaterals, and from there we had the plenary. Political party leaders bringing in at least 2 people or 2 other people to discuss with him. Issues were raised. There are some who are in support of the draft constitution, though they had their own observations on some other areas. They are in support. There are some who are not in for the draft constitution for whatever reasons. People have adduced their reasons. That's why I said it was finally we clustered it into four areas, which we will deal with probably after the new year. And that is...
I understand he's due back in March next year.
Yeah, but I think we will have some...
internal meetings.
Yeah, after the new year.
Okay.
Political party leader. Because we also intend to use the inter-party forum to try to address some of these issues. But we had the observations one side. We have clauses in the draft which we felt are redundant, that we will look at it. Clauses that can be recasted or rewarded. For instance, in the Constitution, if you find out, you'll find that they talked about the president's right to appoint ministers, and then stated further that he cannot be more than 20. Why do you say 20 in a draft in a constitution? It means if there is need for 21, you have to go and amend the constitution. So usually those are issues that are dealt with acts of parliament. So a parliament will bring out an act to say that president is limited to appointment of ministers to the level of 20. Anytime the presidency he believes that there is need for more than 20, they will present a bill to parliament and convince parliament that there is this need. And then only the act will be amended, rather than every small thing you go into the constitution to amend it. They are accused of amending the constitution over 50 times. In this circumstance, it will be amended over 1,000 times. So constitutions are usually a framework, a guideline framework for these things. And the other elements are, the third bit was, we have agreed that some of these areas of concern are not legal, they are political. It needs politicians to agree, because some of we talked about this retroactive law, like the Constitution is talking about
the term of the
term.
president.
It will be two 5-year term.
And in the case in the case of Barrow, the one that he's currently serving counts as one.
Yeah. Some of us believe that this is what happened when they came in to remove the upper limit age of for presidency and vice presidency. They did that purposely for individuals. You don't make constitutions to suit individuals, And this particular issue also is, for us, is a witch hunt of Barrow. If we don't want Barrow to go for a second term, let's vote him out come 2021. But a constitution that has not come into effect, we are in almost in the fourth year now, and we don't know when it will come in. You want it to have retroactive provisions that would affect somebody. For us, I don't think that is genuine. That is okay.
Earlier, you spoke about people coming back to the APRC. Coming back from where? What parties had they fled to, for want of a better word?
You see, some of them, I may not know their political affiliation.
Was Gano one of them? Recently, you welcomed him back, in a very high-profile manner.
Yes, Gallo came back to the party and made a statement.
So you were welcoming back a prodigal son, if you like.
Yes, and we are also happy that he's back to the APRC.
What does he bring back to the APRC?
Everything you can imagine. He's a sober mind.
I was never in the APRC to know what Gano had at the time.
Yeah, he has time for the party. He's sober. He is very good in the social media forum, where he will make comments and clear issues. And he's very proactive in whatever we are doing, and he attends almost every event, and he contributes. So, and his PR is excellent.
All right.
And he has contact with the people.
I have been receiving text messages for you. There's a huge audience out there listening to you now. As always, wherever you go, people follow you. The TRRC is investigating institutions and those who man them and not after any tribe. However, it so happens that the majority of the people in those institutions during Yahya Jammeh's time came from one tribe and region. Number two, there are strong voices in the APRC diaspora against the FTJ leadership, accusing it of selling the party out to Barrow. Is that not true? And number three, is the APRC smart enough to know that with Barrow's hunger for more years in power, he will not be interested in the return of Jammeh because of fear of security from the Jammeh agenda-dominated security forces? Let's take it backwards. That last thing about Barrow fearing that if Jammeh were to come back, his loyalists still dominate the army, and therefore that poses a threat to Barrow. Do you agree?
I don't agree, because it's not true that Jammeh's loyalists still are dominant in the army. Those people have all been removed. Almost all Jola army commanders or military officers, junior, middle, and senior, have been removed. You can name them. They
simply because they happen to be Jola.
Simply, that's what we believe in, Peter. Mm-hmm. Simply because they are Jola. You are affiliated to the APRC. Where we witness coupists be reinstated in the army, and then you are removing those who are already there for whatever reasons because of their tribe or political affiliation. You are removing them. People who made attempts on the on an elected government, they are being reinstated. So we don't understand that. Two, I want to say this. You see, Jammeh's coming back is a right. It's not a privilege. Every citizen of this country, no matter what you might have committed, you have a right to return to your country of birth. So that cannot be denied. What government could say or may do, maybe if you come, we will try you, we will do that, we will, whatever they want. But you cannot prevent a citizen from coming back home.
Does Jammeh want to come back?
Jammeh wants to come back, and he will come back.
When?
No, that's time will tell that.
Okay, all right. Let's take the second point here. That there are strong voices against your leadership of the APRC in the diaspora, and the reason they are against you, according to the texter, is you have sold the party out to Barrow.
Thank you very much. Yeah, for people to oppose our leadership, I have no objection. It's their right. Everybody has a right to whom you believe in. Just as we are now, we believe in APRC, others in UDP, etc.
Sure.
Now, but the claims they are making are unfounded. You see, Peter, I cannot understand how I or in partnership with anybody can mortgage a party to another, to Barrow. I cannot understand it. I don't own the people in the party. The only person I can it's only myself that probably I can say, oh, I'm going to Barrow or I'm going to UDP. But how can I say that I'm taking the APRC people to that? That is even if that is to happen, it has to go through a process. And that process is not only Fabakary, nor is it only the executive. So some of them are distractors. APRC, we've come from afar. And most people never expected that we would reach this stage. And now that we are at this stage, there are some who want to bounce back, and some of them looking for positions. But we have no qualms. It's a process, and we respect their opinions. But I will say this categorically. Whatever allegations are levied against me, I will make it very clear that they are all false. Nobody, I challenge anybody in this country and outside who would make any allegations against Fabakary, and you are able to prove it, I will resign immediately.
What if Barrow were to say he gave you money and that's why maybe you have toned down your criticism of him? People make the comparison between the first 2 years of Barrow in government how Fabakary Tombong Jatta disparaged him with how of late, you seem to show a lot of respect, even calling him His Excellency. When people criticize him for actions of his minister, you deflect the criticism back to individual ministers. I remember you telling Alaji Kuli that it's not everything that goes wrong in government that can be directly blamed on the chief executive. Ministers should individually be held responsible for their actions, whereas at the beginning it was never like that. I mean, he took blame from FTJ for anything and everything that happened in the Barrow administration.
Peter, that is not a correct statement. I have been what I am ever since I came. I took up this position. I believe that it was the coalition government that put us into those problems. That's what I believe. Under the leadership of President Adama Barrow. For me, I believe in a different approach to things. I don't believe in the Gambian opposition style of confrontation, insults, and disrespect. I believe I should be able to engage government and discuss issues. That's the difference. President Barrow, since onset, and his coalition government, we have accepted that they are our president, they are our government. The only difference is we don't belong to the same political party, nor do we share the same ideas or ideologies. But they are our president. So it's not possible for President Adama Barrow, for whatever reasons, to be able to, Peter, I cannot be bribed. I have been in parliament for over 20 years. Nobody in this country will ever say I have bribed Faba. I thank Allah that money or position will never move me. Otherwise, even the position I am now, I will have gone. A lot of things happened. I will have been a millionaire. But no, my conscience dictates and my integrity cannot be sold. So these are facts. I'm making this statement here for all Gambians to hear. There may be Gambians around, even when I was a parliamentarian, who may come out and make statements about it. I cannot be bribed. I can give instances where a lot of monies were brought. I refuse to talk to people. I am content with the little I have.
Was this when you were majority leader?
When I am in this current position.
Oh.
Yes.
They try to buy you?
Yes. Yeah. And the people are around. They know it. So, these are statements, in this political dispensation, people say whatever they want. Some people may dislike you for many reasons. But one thing is clear. I have tried throughout my political career to make sure, in fact throughout my life, to make sure I am dictated by my conscience and that I am content with whatever I have in my lifetime.
One opposition party, the UDP, its spokesman once dubbed you, the APRC, that you are a party of only one region and a dying party. Earlier on you talked about all your structures all over the country and you being pleased with the level of mobilization across the country. Is the APRC not only strong in the West Coast region and the Fonyi areas, to be precise?
That is not a correct statement. What about the KMC?
The APRC dominates in KMC?
We are not dominating per se at the time, because the only determinant is the last elections in 2017, when we were just tied up all corners, yet we were able to pull that amount of votes within the Kanifi municipality.
When you say tied up, you mean your resource, you had no access to resources?
Not only that, there was complete smear campaign against us. Radio, television, print media, and all these things. We were.
But the APRC did that to the UDP, and the APRC killed off the PPP.
No.
People will say you are lucky to still exist as a party.
No. We never did that. You said we did that too.
You killed off the PPP. You banned everybody who.
No, you see, Peter, people are. AFPRC did that, not APRC. And that now, are you telling me that this government, what we are saying is true, there is a civilized coup d'etat? If that is true, then we can accept. It's a civilized coup d'etat where they have stolen the votes and then therefore they are illegally on seat as the AFPRC. This is what they are saying now. So that goes to tell people that definitely these people have stolen their votes and then they are there.
We were on the strength of the APRC, where, you are confident that you will do well at the next election. Where does the APRC strength lie?
Our weakest points so far, because of the fact that we have not gone in, we are beginning to do our homework in the areas. Our weakest points are LRR and NBR. If you remember, we had not put up anything, we had not done any political activities in those areas since then. It is only of recent that we have started going into the areas. In fact, that's why we went for the Kelgarga by-elections and all these things. We are making inroads into those areas. But if you look at the KMC, West Coast, URR, and of course CRR, we are fine. We are reasonably fine.
You think you'll still be strong in URR with President Barrow?
With all of them, I will make this pledge for you.
Okay.
I will make this pledge for you. I know that some 2, 3 of our, or 4 of them are from the URR. APRC may come out the strongest party in URR.
Wow.
Yes.
President.
Take it. Yes. I know my party comes from URR. Mama comes from there. President Adama Barrow comes from there. Yes.
And President Adama Barrow is building roads. And we heard that, what President Barrow has done in his first 3.5 years, Yahya Jammeh did not do in 27 years. How did you react to that statement?
He said Yahya Jammeh and the PPP together had never done it. In the 52 years he called it. 50 years. Yeah, Ahmad. For me, I don't want to waste my time to responding to Ahmad Ba. Ahmad had worked with me for years. I have known him. He knows me. Ahmad is a joker and he is an entertainer. Ahmad made statements that could warrant him to land in jail. He said they are the most uncorrupt government in the world. Ahmad Ba has compounds in Senegal. He built compounds in Senegal.
Let's not personalize this. Let me bring you a text.
You made about Ahmad's own comments. About
the feelings of
the feelings of
who was in public office. No, it's okay for us to talk about.
He's a public official. Remember, he is a public officer. He's subject to scrutiny.
Okay, he is. Yes,
he is subject to scrutiny. It is alleged that he bought some of the hearts of cattle of President Jammeh at giveaway prices. Yes. So a lot of things happened. So for Ahmad and others, I don't respond to them. And even Gambians take him as a joke. Honestly.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Peter.
Can you make Peter yourself? You have been here.
Yeah.
What achievements have they made?
Well, they've taken roads.
They've taken roads to
URR. They've taken roads to the NPR. They've taken electricity to Kiang.
Now,
that has to be painful to the APRC.
No, that is not even true. The Kiang electricity project is an APRC project.
Is it?
Yes, I am saying this on radio.
Okay.
This is the second phase of the rural electrification. We sought the money, we had the money, and we identified places for the second phase. Some are in Nyomi, even my home village of Albreda and others were all part of that. All of them. So they just came in and then the implementation continued. Or they will change, for instance, if the second phase does not include A, you include A and remove C.
So there's a chance that if Yahya Jammeh was still here, Kiang would have been electrified possibly sooner than they did.
I can assure you, honestly. And this Kiang road will have been done. Yes. So when you tell me Barrow's projects, comparably to APRC, it's just like I'm just up from dreaming. I don't know. I cannot understand it.
Is Barrow doing what Yahya Jammeh effectively did? That whenever the state did something, he claimed it for himself. We're seeing that, a lot now.
No, he can claim it for himself as the leader.
Just as Jammeh did.
When the leaders, if you say my government,
Yes.
but you can talk about my government,
Okay.
and it's not yours.
Okay.
So those are, as leader, anything good that has happened can be attributed to you. Equally, even if I have done something bad, it can be attributed to you as it's happening.
Let me take you briefly back to the National Assembly, which you served as majority leader for years and years and years. Recently, we had this controversial loan scheme. What's your position on the loan scheme? The $54 million is reportedly hived off the $75 million that was taken away from the National Audit Office.
You see, for the National Assembly to have a loan scheme, I think it's a good one.
A good one.
Yes, in the sense that, you see, if you want, I have been a member, and we are not fortunate to enjoy some of these things. We had times when we were given loans, but not to that level. The highest we had was a 200,000, where you had to go and get a second-hand vehicle. But this assembly
have you all paid off those loans?
Yeah, that's what I'm coming in.
Okay.
If you talk about 54 million, meaning every member 1 million, it's not reasonable. Because what is happening is they have barely a year to go. And what government does in giving out loans, especially to National Assembly members, is they will find out how much possible could be deducted. And then the balance, after, for instance, 1 year today, the balance, is your gratuity enough to offset that? So what is going to be deducted plus your gratuity, you cannot have a loan more than that. So that even if they are given, they are going to pay it, and it will facilitate their work. Because it's according to the public service. So why should it be an exception? What is not good is you cannot take more than what you can pay for.
We're quickly running out of time. I mean, we were meant to spend only 30 minutes together. We've done almost 50. Why were the audit reports that were sent to the National Assembly when you were in office not dealt with as a matter of urgency? Because we hear that audit reports from 2014, 2015 are still not dealt with by the National Assembly. Why?
That is not correct. Peter, that when we took over, there was a backlog in audit reports.
Yes.
About 15, 17 years or so. We dealt with all those things up to currently before we left.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So to say that the 2015 audit report is sitting there untouched is not correct, because that would mean a failing on your part.
No. You see, we left in 2016. We ended up, 2016 was this thing. The audit report would be a year or two always in arrears.
No, you left in 2017.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is 2016 was the election year. We left in this thing of 2017.
Okay.
We could not have done...
Yeah, but 15 would still have found you in office. They're saying that the...
Yeah, 15. But what I'm saying is the 15 report will only come in 16, 17.
Okay.
I don't know whether you follow me.
Yes, now I do.
It is never just one off, one off.
Now I do.
And sometimes we have this thing that the Auditor General will write for us to extend the time for submissions of these things.
So you dealt with all of them reports that came to you from the National Audit Office.
I will tell you, we had the most effective Public Accounts Committee as it relates to Auditor General's report. We had recovered funds, lot of money, millions. The Auditor General is around. We have made recommendations for disciplinary actions to an extent that it was instilled in the people that if you do wrong, you will be found wanting. We are in a situation where people are free to do whatever they want.
Sure.
And that's the bad side of the coin. Yes, be good, be kind, but these are public offices and public funds. It should be guarded. That's why you are entrusted with that responsibility.
So how do you think, this lack of action on audit reports is hampering, our democracy?
Peter, you see, how much money has come into this country? And where are the monies?
Do you know where they are?
Yes.
Where? In people's pockets?
People, thank you very much.
No, I'm not. I'm just asking you.
Yes, you are more than right. Most of it is swindled. You see, there is no fear in governance. You know what the Mandingos may call kulumboy lumo tenate batu. People must be afraid or fear something before they do anything bad. But if I know that my boss is doing A, why would I be a loser? So, the country as we speak now is out of gear.
There was a time when you accused the government, based on its strong relations with Senegal, of mortgaging the country to Senegal, where the security of the country is no more, guaranteed by its own people. That we rely too heavily on Senegal, even for our own security.
No, Peter, we are already a province of Senegal.
Are we?
Yes, in all forms.
We are not.
We are not a sovereign
independent republic.
Not at all.
Oh dear. Oh
by
dear.
all indications. By all indications. Peter,
give me a few indications.
Senegalese soldiers will come into the Gambia, arrest Gambians, shoot them, and take them to Senegal. No repercussions. Senegalese soldiers will be transiting Gambia. They will be held with drugs. It will be negotiated, and they are handed over to the main office in Senegal. Gambian court will give orders to Senegalese troops to release vehicles. The soldiers will say, we will not do it. The president will have to go and kneel before Macky Sall to instruct them to release it. So we are a province. If you go to the state house, the soldiers there are Senegalese. Gambian security are just put away. No trust, no confidence. These are facts. These are facts. Our sea resources are being squandered by foreigners under the Senegalese guise. So a lot of things are happening that we all know. So Gambia, for us, if we are not careful, we may have to probably fight a guerrilla war to regain our independence. Because Gambians would never succumb to that. If we do it now, our children and grandchildren will curse us when we are in our graves. These are no secrets. And I have said it categorically that President Barrow must realize and so that he can only trust Gambians. You see, foreigners cannot defend our sovereignty. They will not delay their life for us.
Lots of questions coming for FTJ. Unfortunately, we've got to go on to other things because, President Barrow has raised another controversy concerning the media. We need to talk about that. Just finally, somebody sent a text to say that the APRC owes the Gambian people an apology, and you could use this opportunity to apologize to the Gambian people for all the years of abuse by an APRC-led government.
I wish I know which political party he was before the APRC or which political party he now supports. Why the APRC? Why the investigation on APRC?
You were in government for 22 years.
But we had a government here for 32 years.
You came and banned that party, and that's why, that party did not exist anymore.
No, the party is in existence.
No. Now. Because after Barrow, it came back.
No.
PPP did not exist here. PPP was in exile. It was just the remnants of O.J. Jallow outside and all of that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it was not banned. It was banned together with all political parties when the military came. So it was left to them to revive it or not to revive it. Nobody stopped them.
Okay.
So what I'm saying here is what happened during that era. You don't have questionable behaviors by the PPP then. You're talking about the APRC, the current Barrow government. What's happening with them?
What's happening with the current Barrow government? What are they doing wrong?
They shot Haruna Jatta to death. No investigations. Nothing. They have not even visited the family. They made allegations that those people were Kasama's rebels who were armed. And you know, with this social media now, those people, when they came out, they had to apologize. So a lot of things happened. They arrested our people, they killed our people. Remember that Kujabi was shot at the Kanilai checkpoint point in Kanilai itself, into the stomach with live bullets. That security man was butchered to death. So a lot of things happened. You know, if you ask, why do you ask us to apologize? And yet others have done it, you are not questioning that.
Do you fear that if you apologized now, that would have a crushing effect, a devastating effect on the APRC's quest, to return to power?
No, but I am not denying that we made mistakes.
Oh, okay.
I am not denying that. Why, what I'm trying to say is, why are you asking us to apologize for mistakes, and yet you've been here ever since, and you are still here. You are hailing what is happening. So if it affects you, we should apologize.
Okay.
If it affects others, you don't care. Who are you to make us do that?
Okay. Honorable Fabakary Tombong Jatta, thank you so very much for your time. 1 hour is never enough for our discussion, but I'm sure there'll be other opportunities. We'll just give you one final 2 minutes to use as you wish.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me first of all thank you, Peter. I sometimes enjoy this morning show.
Thank you.
You see, there is a lot of misconception about the APRC, and I want to seize this opportunity to clarify a few. That we are not in partnership with any party in this country. Yes, in any political dispensation, parties may have talk and compromise, just as it has happened in 2016, based on their own interests. But as of now, we are not. Two, you see, we should now, as Gambians, move forward our country. And the only way we can do that is to draw a line and move forward. This issue of witch hunting, going back on trying to vengeance, emotions should be put aside. It will never help Gambians. I have said it here in 2017. Baro Kanjo, Baro Jato, with all the smear campaigns, nothing is happening, people are starving, will never feel a hungry stomach. So let's move forward. Let's look at the interest of the people and move forward and forget this bigotry, this emotional statements. And that we should put away politics of insults. We should concentrate on issues and put people away. This is insults everywhere, castigations, allegations, etc. should be a thing of the past. I want to wish everybody a happy Christmas in advance.
Thank you very much. And that was Honorable Fabakary Tombong Jatta, the interim leader of the APRC.
Assalamu alaikum. Breaking news na badin Gambiankol. Suma mbokki Gambien si breaking news tey on the 23rd December 2020 Mansa Konko maa ngi Mansa Konko nekk suma hotel bi di nelaw foofu lañ ma ne ma Pa Diagne musiba am na ma ne leen lan mooy musiba bi ñu ne ma UDP a ngi wër réew mi di saraxe ay satala yi nag dafa am lu lalu ci suuf suma mbokki Gambien xam ngeen ne UDP lépp luñ def ci aduna nekkut meere te mbir jamono biñ toll nii UDP jaral na leen lu ne luñ mën a def ci aduna ba gis na toog nañ ci réew mi dinañ ko def moo xam ay bakkan la moo xam lu manti la moo xam réew mi ci fitna lay ne pour rek nu Ousainou Numukunda Darboe nekkee buur ci réew mi suma mbokki Gambien si UDP def nañ délégation ay nit jël leen dem ak ñoom Baafata nag réew la dëkk la boo xam ci Bissau la nekk foofu lañ dem ñu gis benn sëriñ bi liste xaaral na leen seetal na leen digal leen ne leen da ngeen di génnee ay satala saraxe ko ci ay juma waaye satala yooyu ñu war a saraxe dafa am lu ne ci biir mooy juróom-ñaari imam ñoo war a faatu pour Ousainou Numukunda Darboe mu nekk buur ci réew mi suma mbokki Gambien si UDP jël nañ satala yi ñu ngi wër ñu ngi koy joxe ci réew mi waaye li ma la doon wax ni seetlu leen ko satala yii nii duñ ko joxee Doobo satala yii duñ ko joxee Banzang ndax xam nañ li si ne xam nañ li si ne léegi nag ñi ngi jël satala yi ñi ngay wër di joxe réew mi breaking news la boo xam dëgg la suma mbokki gambeen gis nga soo gisee toujours may génn di leen update bii si naa ñaawoo ñaa maa ngi ànd ak his excellence président Adama Barrow ñi ngay def mid di people tour ñen nañu ne ko mid di farmers tour waaye waxtu bu nga xamee ne UDP def nañ ay tuuxi duuna dafa am ñu ne seen biir ñoo xam ne ñooy ñëw di ma nettaleel ne ma Pajaañ tey fii la UDP tolloog réew mi di su ma mbokki gambeen UDP la ñu ngi ci xeex ak islam ak di xeex ak diina islam emuñ ci loolu seen congrès bi gis ngeen naka lañ doxalee ci seen congrès bi emuñ ci loolu tey ñu ne juróom-ñaari imam lañ war a faat pour Ousainou Numukunda Darboe mën a nekk président ni réew mi léegi nag yéen suma mbokki gamis audio bii soo leen ko jotee tasaare leen ko ngeen jox ko imam yi alkaali yi këri diina yëpp nañ jot lii UDP dëkk bu mu mënti dem di fa joxe ay satala na ngeen leen duma bañ xool benn place na ngeen leen duma bañ tëdd ci suuf dëgg suma mbokki gamis lii daw na yaram moo tax toujours dam duma jóg di leen oo nañ leen taxaw ñi xeex ak UDP wallahi li ma leen wax xam naa ko UDP xeex ak moom jihaad la UDP xeex ak moom soo si dee da nga dee ci jihaad ndax nit lañ ñoo xam ne lu ne jaral na leen lu ne pour ñu jot ci réew mi jaral na leen réew mi te nekk ci fitna ay bakkan deret tuuru pour ñu mën a jot ci réew mi breaking news a ngoog boo xam dëgg la breaking news la boo xam tasaare leen ko imaam yi jot ko alkaali yi jot ko këri diina yi jot ko ñi teg ko aljuma bi ñëw seen xutba yi na ngeen si dugal mbiram UDP na ngeen xutba ngeen waar réew mi ci UDP naka lañ jógee di xeex islam naka la ñoo doyadelee islam ci réew mi ngeen xutba ko yéen imaam yi yéen borom xam-xam yi yéen waliyu kunda yi yéen sirif haydara yi yéen fati kunda suwane kunda haydara kunda nga dem ba jaabi kunda yéen silla kunda waato sita waxtu jot na pour ngeen jóg ngeen taxaw kibaaro fele a membelaare na tabuloto UDP be yaay ka ñimbanko ka tasa lool janjang ta adu ni wo tasa lo janjang no imam woro wula ni ala sonta abe fala ñimbanko ka Ousainou Numukunda Darboe se man saya ñame breaking news na bari Gambia kon ga soto sain alni mara intele mo Pajaañ ban